Good morning, all my wonderful, amazing, fantastic Facebook family. I miss you so much. I have a story and I'm just going to get into it because I don't have a lot of time. Let's get it running here. There was a woman who was married happily for 20 years. They had 4 children and it seemed like the perfect marriage, perfect family. The 4 children had now grown up and had all left home. Some were in college. Some had even started working. This woman was approaching her 50s when her husband one day said she wasn't exciting anymore. He didn't find her attractive anymore. And so he started sleeping around with other women. The wife did everything that she could think about. Went to church, was fasting and praying, went to get all the best lingerie that you can think of in town. Anything that she could do to save her marriage is what she did. She would talk to therapists. People would give her advice. Do this, don't do that. Buy beads. Do like all the things that we always advise younger women to do to keep their men at home. She did. She prayed, she fasted, she thought if she cooked more, if she put, whatever she could do, she did to save this marriage. But the man would not relent. He just continued to have his affairs and wouldn't even pay any attention. He actually moved out of their matrimonial bedroom and was sleeping on his own in the guest room. He barely talked to her, barely gave her a look, and this went on for 2 long years. She tried everything. One day she just decided, you know what, I've done everything that I can do. If this man's not going to pay me any attention, what can I do? She was on her way going to town one day and she met another guy who was widowed at the time and was also looking for love again. They met, they had a brief conversation, she went her way. She didn't really take any notice of him. But it turned out that he had moved to the area and started going to the same church that the woman went to. Over time, they started talking. Slowly but surely, she stopped paying attention to what was going on at home. The husband still didn't care. He was happy doing what he was doing. As time would have it, a relationship ensued between this woman and this widower who had, come to the area and was looking for somebody new to spend his time with. They dated for a long time, but after time, and as human beings would, the two of them also slept together. By and large, the wife realized that, oh, actually, this other man that I have now is making me happier. The romance is better. He pays more attention to me. He gives me compliments that my own husband in 20 years plus had never even given me. With time, the husband realizes that, my wife seems to be happy now. She's not miserable. She doesn't cry anymore. She's just getting on with her life. She wakes up, she does what she has to do around the house, and she leaves to go out. And now, realizing that the wife is finding happiness elsewhere, is now warning the wife, I've never seen you this happy in this house before. If I catch you that you're having an affair with somebody else, you will see what will happen to you. I will take the pair of you out. This woman is now having the man's family, her own children, everybody you can think about, begging her that she should come back to her senses and remain in this marriage. The two of them have been living together the whole time, but as roommates, because the man moved out of their matrimonial home. This woman, now 54, and excited with this new guy, is asking, what should she do? Should she throw away this new guy who is making her happy, taking her to heights that she never in her wildest dreams thought that she could get to? Or should she remain married to this man who has gone out there and had fun with everybody and just wants to keep her as some kind of a commodity or a product to have? whilst he still goes around doing what he likes? What is your advice? It will be exciting to hear what everybody that is on this video today has to say. For me personally, if it were me, after trying so hard to save the marriage, and for this man to be telling me clearly that he doesn't want me anymore, I would leave. And after leaving and meeting this other guy, I am not coming back. If you didn't see my worth, if you didn't see my value, if all the 20-something years of marriage did not mean anything to you, if after trying long hard, when you were nothing, I was with you, before you became somebody, I was with you, if you couldn't communicate the issues, if you couldn't sit with me and treat me with dignity and respect whilst we all discuss how we're going to fix things, and you chose to leave, I ain't coming back. That's my personal view, but I would love to hear what everybody else has to say and how you would best advise the sister about what to do. That is my opinion. I wouldn't stay in no marriage and still be having affairs or be sleeping with anybody else. I would leave. You don't want me, I'm gone. And now she's found happiness in the arms of a widower who values and cherishes this woman. You see, in this life, one thing is that one man's meat is another man's poison. When you get into a relationship and you know that you've given it 110% and it's not working, hear that it's not working and get out of it. There's so many miserable people that are sat in situations and circumstances that are taking you out. I am not here advocating divorce, but it is clear in this particular issue here that this man didn't want to work on anything. He'd made up his mind that it wasn't working and he wanted out. And he showed he wanted out by doing all the things that he was doing. She fasted, she prayed, she tried. She cooked all the foods that people told her to cook, all the perfumes that people told her to buy. It wasn't that she was unclean or she forgot about herself or let herself go. The man had just decided that he did not want this marriage anymore. And it was clear. Sometimes you come into life where you meet people that you yoke with and they just don't want to see you happy. They like it when you're crying. They like it when you're frustrated. They like it when you're stressed out. They like it when you've been so smitten and overcome by emotion that you can't even, sit still. You're always fearful, anxious. There are some people in this life that is always how they love you to be and love to keep their foot on your neck, as it were, in these kinds of situations. What would you do if you were in her shoes? Sometimes it's very easy for us to judge other people when we have not walked in their shoes. I would really love to hear what you would do in her situation. The last thing that I want to say is that, to those of us who haven't yet found anybody to be with or to be married to, I just want to put a word of encouragement there to somebody that it is never too late to find love. I was so excited when a friend of mine that I spent a lot of time with in England, in her 60s, sent me a message about a year and a bit ago that she is in her 60th, I think she was 64, and she had now found somebody that she thought was the one. She had been married, had children, been in all kinds of abusive relationships, but finally, at 64, somebody still thought that this is somebody that I want to spend the rest of my life with. And she's happily married. And she tells me that this is the best time of her life. I'm not sitting here saying that you're going to turn 64 before you find love. But isn't it better late than absolutely never? The stone that the builders reject always becomes that centerpiece. Continue to do what you do. Continue to love yourself. Tell yourself that you're enough. And you're just what somebody else is praying for. You're somebody's prayer topic. You're an answer to somebody else's prayer. And if the person that is in your life can't see your value, can't see your worth, and you know in your heart of hearts that you've given it the best of everything that you have, hear them. Understand the signs when they're clearly being given to you, and do the needful. It is never too late to find love. And sometimes settling and thinking that, maybe I should just take it like that. These men, that's how all of them are. These women, they are all the same. They are all born from the same woman and the same father. So, let me just take it like that. Those are the things that we say to convince ourselves that the decisions that we're making are the ones that are right for us. But a lot of the times, they're not. Don't sit there and be miserable because you haven't found anybody. And so you're locking yourself up at home instead of going out and experiencing the fullness of life out there and living your best life. Look, every time that you have now, once it goes, it ain't coming back. There was a time when I was 20 and I thought, I have the whole life ahead of me. Now I'm in my 40s. The same place that I am at now is where my parents are when I was a child. And I used to see them as so old. Now my parents are older. And I am old. In the place that they were at when I was here and this high. And thought that I had the whole world to me. So time, it passes very fast. Instead of being miserable and allowing somebody to steal your joy and your happiness, you need to realize. I like what you put there, Sissy. There are nice people out there. Don't let the circumstances and the situations deceive you into thinking that when somebody is being horrible to you, being degrading to you, making you look down on you and treat you so horribly, that that's all that there is on this market. They are still good men. They are still great women too. It is just a question of the great men finding the great women and recognizing what they have, the true precious jewel that they have, and making the most out of their situation. I hope you've learned a lesson or two from this story. I've told you what I would do, but I want to hear what you would do if you were in this woman's shoes. Never forget that it's never too late for you to find love. And it can be the most horrific thing that you did, that you settle because you think time is passing, nobody else is forthcoming, I may be alone, I'm never going to find somebody. It is important that the person that you're yoking with knows what they have, cherishes you for what you bring to the table, and is prepared to ride or die with you, to face whatever storms life has to offer together. Not someone that is easily wanting to take the exit just because they're going through life's turmoils. A lot of people just want to, take the easy way out when the trials and difficulties of life come. What would you do in this woman's shoes? I want to really hear from you. You deserve so much. You're worth so much. You're so precious. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're handsome. And you're super amazing. Make sure that the person that you're with recognizes you for all that you are and for all that you bring. And never sell yourself short, because you deserve the best of everything. You have one life, and that is it. Auntie, God bless you. Shyla, how are you doing, sweetheart? Never settle for less than you deserve. Zainab, God bless you. I love you all so much. Have a fantastic, fantastic weekend. And I'll see you soon. I love you so much. And don't forget to tell me exactly what you would do in this woman's situation. Should she leave? Should she stay? Should she take the older man who is widowed, or should she stay with this husband? Forgive him because he didn't know what he was doing, and stay. This is the narrative. What should she do? I want to hear. I love you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.